Hi everyone, today we're going to be discussing the death of Jason Blossom using DNA fingerprinting. Pictured here is Jason. He lives in the small town of Riverdale. Everyone in the town was shocked to hear about high school student Jason Blossom's death, and after analysis was done, it was confirmed that Jason was murdered at gunpoint. With no answers to who might have killed Jason, a group of 4 best friends decided to take action to solve the crime. These friends being Archie, Veronica, Jughead, and Betty. After investigating the crime scene, they found some hair left behind, and using their background in genetics, they decided to run a DNA fingerprint analysis. To complete this DNA fingerprint analysis, they were not only going to need DNA from the hair left behind at the crime scene, but as well as from suspects that they thought might have killed Jason. Their first suspect was Cheryl, Jason's sister. She was the last to be seen with Jason. The next suspect was Penelope, Jason's mom, who has recently been upset with Jason. Clifford, the next suspect, was Jason's father. He was the last person to have an argument with Jason. Their last suspect was Hiram Lodge. The Blossom family owes Hiram millions of dollars. From here, we're going to be able to use biotechnology to determine who murdered Jason using the hair found at the crime scene along with the DNA samples of our 4 suspects. Using gel electrophoresis, VNTR loci from our DNA samples will be able to be separated based on their size. From here, we'll be able to match up the VNTR loci from the DNA found at the hair from the crime scene to the guilty individual that killed Jason Blossom. Here are our results from Locus 1 from our DNA fingerprint analysis. As I mentioned earlier, we're going to be able to match up VNTR size from various samples. From the sample, we're also going to be able to confirm that Penelope Blossom and Clifford Blossom are the parents of Jason Blossom. Let's start with identifying Jason's parents. To do so, we're going to follow these bands horizontally in the analysis to see where they match up. If you follow victim Jason Blossom's top band, you see that it matches up with Clifford Blossom's bottom band. And Jason's bottom band matches up with Penelope's top band. Since Jason has a band that matches up with each of his parents, this does confirm that they are in fact his parents. Let's start by looking at crime scene sample 2. As you can see, the bands in this match up perfectly with Jason Blossom's bands. This confirms that this sample is from victim Jason Blossom. Now looking at crime scene sample 1, we see that its bands match up perfectly with Clifford Blossom as well as Hiram Lodge. So we can eliminate all other suspects as being suspects. Let's now look at locus 2 of the analysis. Once again, sample 2 matches up perfectly with Jason Blossom, confirming that this sample is to his hair. But while looking at crime scene sample 1, the 2 suspects that line up are Cheryl and Clifford. So to recap what we just found from our DNA fingerprint analysis, from locus 1, the possible murderers are Clifford Blossom and Hiram Lodge. But from locus 2, the possible murderers are Cheryl Blossom and Clifford Blossom. With this being said, we can conclude that Clifford Blossom was the murderer of his son Jason Blossom because his bands matched up at both loci.